if I told you that the Atlanta Hawks just had one of their most productive off seasons in recent memory, and really no one's talking about it still? From smart signings to a cultural shift that's brewing from the front office all the way down to the Summer League team, the 2025 offseason might go down as the true turning point for this Atlanta Hawks franchise. And in this video, we're breaking down the big 5 lessons that we learned from the Atlanta Hawks offseason and why Hawks fans should be more excited than ever. Now, number 1 lesson, Onsi Saleh is the GM Hawks fans have been praying for. Let's just say it, Onsi has been cooking. In just one offseason, he's completely reshaped the Hawks roster without taking the team's future flexibility. He didn't just go for empty calorie moves or flashy names. He made strategic, calculated additions that addressed every major need. Shooting, check. Defense, check. Positional depth and length, absolutely. He added Kristaps Porzingis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard, Caleb Houston without giving up major draft capital or overcommitting financially. And even the back end of the roster is sharp. He re-signed Keaton Wallace, added Jacob Toppin to a 2-way, and kept flexibility to still potentially sign a vet like Al Horford. It's the kind of front office that the Hawks have been wanting, and they haven't consistently seen in years. We finally have a GM with a plan, and more importantly, the patience and savvy to execute it. The second lesson we've learned, this is the deepest, most complete Hawks roster in years. Like I mentioned, this might be the deepest Hawks team since the 60-win team under Mike Budenholzer. When you look at the current roster, it's really hard to find any glaring holes. And we're not just talking about the top 8 players. The Hawks have legitimate NBA contributors fighting for 2-way spots. When a player like Jacob Toppin, who's been balling out in the Summer League, is on your 2-way, you know your bench is stacked. Even guys like Kobe Johnson and Lamont Butler, who showed promise, they couldn't even find a spot. That speaks volumes about the talent on this team. You've got Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, Riche, and Onyeka Okongwu leaving away, but behind them you have sharpshooters like Kennard and Houston, and defenders like Dyson Daniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and versatile role players like Bufkin, Gay, and Duricic. This team could go 11 or 12 deep, which gives Quinn Snyder so much lineup flexibility. Whether it's going big, playing 5 out, or locking in defensively, it is a modern NBA roster, and for once, it feels like the Hawks are playing chess, not checkers. Lesson number 3, this team is built for Trae Young to thrive. This offseason made one thing abundantly clear: the Hawks are all in on Trae Young. And if there was any doubt about his future in Atlanta, this roster should erase that. Every single move was designed to amplify Trae Young's strength and minimize his weaknesses. They gave him more spacing by adding elite shooters, they gave him versatile defenders to hide him on D, and they didn't bring in another ball-dominant guard. They said, Trae, this is your squad. Think about it. Trae is now surrounded by snipers, Porzingis, Kennard, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Houston. He has lob threats in Onyeka Okongwu and athletic cutters in Riche and Jalen Johnson. He's going to have more room to operate than he's ever had in his career. And if he delivers, he very well could be, we might see the best version of Trae yet. So don't be shocked when his name enters the MVP conversation, because this team is built to maximize his greatness. The fourth lesson, there is a real cultural shift happening in Atlanta. It's not just about the talent. You can feel the mindset shifting within this organization. We saw it during the Summer League this year. When is the last time the Hawks played multiple starters for 4 games in Vegas? Or when have we had guys talking in post-game interviews talking about the standards and championship habits? From Onsi's front office vision to Quinn Snyder's coaching philosophy, there's now been a real focus on competing at the highest level on every possession in every game from preseason to the playoffs. This teams, they don't seem to be satisfied with play-in spots anymore. The tone has shifted, the Hawks want to win, and more importantly, they are expected to win. Now, the last lesson we've learned from the offseason is shooting was a weakness. Now it's a strength. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Hawks were a rough shooting team last season, especially without Jalen Johnson. They were nice when the spacing was awful and opposing defenses dared Atlanta to beat them from deep, and they sometimes couldn't. But now, that weakness has become a clear strength. Luke Kennard is one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Kristaps Porzingis is a true stretch five. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Caleb Houston, both knockdown shooters. Even guys like Dyson Daniels have improved their outside stroke. This team replaced every non-shooter from last year with an elite marksman. The floor is going to be twice as wide for Trae Young and Jalen Johnson, and for when Ricochet slashes, it's going to be a beautiful brand of basketball, the kind that wins, dare I say it, 50-plus games. So there you have it. 5 big lessons we've learned from the Hawks 2025 offseason, from Onsi Saleh's vision to Trae's ideal setup, from a culture shift to a shooting overall. This team is on the rise. If you're a Hawks fan, this might be the most optimistic you felt in years, and let's hope that this roster turns those moves into momentum, and maybe, just maybe, a deep playoff run. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this out right here. And like always, peace.